Alright, so the Black Ops 6 open beta was available last weekend and I've got to say, I enjoyed it. I'm usually easy going with Call of Duty. COD is COD. For me it's always been fun to jump into multiplayer or zombies, play a couple matches, a couple rounds, then go to bed. I guess you could say I'm easily pleased, but if the gunplay is solid, I'll have a good time. Although I have to say, the COD HQ system is a little annoying when playing Call of Duty, just multiple loading screens, everything needs an additional update. It's just really jarring. Just let me in the game, please. But anyway. With Black Ops 6, I didn't have any major problems. I did not pre-order the game, so I've had less time to mess around with it, probably only 3 to 4 hours. And along with the campaign and zombies, it feels really ambitious. They seem to have a lot more to offer in those departments, especially with the story-based elements. Campaigns for Call of Duty have always been relatively short, maybe 5 to 7 hours at best, so it will be interesting to see if this one's a little longer. Whilst COD is action-packed, there's room for some undercover shenanigans and stealth too, which I'm excited to see. As for zombies, it's in a bit of a controversy at the moment with the whole loadout options and it not being like the OG zombies of the early 2010s with your starting pistol. It's made people a bit skeptical, I guess. I may save this topic for another video, but let's talk about the multiplayer. This was the only mode free players had access to, and as you may have seen from the gameplay trailers, the key mechanic that is on the front line, the headliner, the top element for the showcase is the Omni movement. So essentially at face value it appears to be a form of more fluidity and flexibility when traversing the map. Dolphin diving has always been a thing, but the fact that you can do this in any direction can make for some comedic or impressive stunts while shooting. Not only that, but sprinting can be done in any direction as well, backwards, forwards or left to right. As you guys can already tell from the gameplay, I am not that good at COD in general. I'm a typical average player. I can hold my hands up and accept that a lot of people are better than me, and that's okay. Sure, I do slide cancel and maybe try bunny hop a little, but I'm far from a movement god. I don't play claw either, so it makes things a little harder to do. I am what you consider the 9 to 5 old head who also plays other games. I feel like anyone who has the time to play COD consistently can be great players, but not everyone does, unfortunately. So if you are one of the movement gods, mad respect to you, as long as you're not cheating. But anyway, the Omni movement mixed in with the dolphin diving is pretty cool though. I've managed to use it to my advantage on a few occasions. It's got you feeling like Max Payne or Neo, diving off ledges, from cover, into cover, pulling a reversal dive back down a set of stairs. I don't think I used it as much as I wanted to, but whenever I did, sometimes I'd get humbled, so you might not see many clips of it in this video. The gameplay trailers showcased it well, or at least showed what is possible, and if you use Instagram or Twitter, you might have seen some crazy trick shots with it. Despite it being a new mechanic, I didn't have as many encounters with people using it. Obviously this is skewed because I'm not the only player on the map and I can't be everywhere 24/7 to see what's happening. So if we were to view everyone's movements as a collective, the diving animation might be a lot more common than I expected. Besides that, Black Ops 6 allows you to now use enemies as body shields with the addition of proximity chat when doing this. I unfortunately did not manage to try this out, but I have been on the receiving end, and no, I did not have my headset on so I could not hear what he was saying, but it can't have been anything good. The gunplay feels a bit like Cold War and Modern Warfare 3 mixed together. COD has been on the same engine for a while now, so the lack of change is expected. No health bars this time as opposed to Cold War, but the weapon mounting from Modern Warfare is here. The guns definitely felt Cold War-ish, especially the Jackal PDW, which looks like the 74U. Yes, I was using this weapon the most as it was kind of OP. This gun did receive a nerf during the beta, but it still felt good to use. The XMG was surprisingly good as well. I used that for a match and it was definitely a heavy hitter. I typically tend to go for SMGs and ARs only, so it was good to try something a little different. I do not snipe though, but like the body shield experience, I have been on the receiving end of a sniper barrel, and I have to say the ragdolls have improved, at least from the perspective of Cold War. When you get sniped, you feel the full force of the bullet penetrating your chest as you're sent flying, while simultaneously folding in half, ready for the likes of Royal Mail, UPS or FedEx to collect and deliver you to the Shadow Realm.
Hostiles have the hard point.
Oh my god!
And don't even get me started on the Sleeper Agent field upgrade. This thing disguises you as an ally on the enemy team. You have to tread carefully around your teammates in case you get bamboozled, but I won't lie, it is funny when you run into one of these guys. I think everyone has at least pulled this face once when getting tricked. Speaking of ragdolls, I've been seeing quite a few players getting stuck in walls, and even though it can be entertaining to look at, I do feel bad for the characters going through such a painful ordeal. Graphically speaking though, the game looks great, at least from a PS5 perspective. I understand old gen may have had some trouble in that department, but overall the maps look good. They have kept the door system, which a lot of people don't agree with. Cold War didn't have doors, so I can understand the frustration, but for me, I'm not too fussed whether the doors exist or not. However, I will say one thing that feels off is the winner's circle. This was in a few CODs previously, but it feels like something is missing. It looks a little bland, like everyone should be T-posing, characters are a bit static, it doesn't feel as hyped when you're top 3. You can do your emotes and stuff, but that's about it. Maybe the background setting doesn't help much, but yeah, it needs a bit more life, like adding players calling cards at the bottom and some weather effects or something. They've tried to make the sprinting a little different. In the older CODs, most weapons could be held upwards whilst doing a tactical sprint, but now for assault rifles, weapons that are typically heavier, you sort of hold them slightly downwards whilst your left arm fully commits to the motion of sprinting. I like it, it's different, it feels like you're actually making an effort to sprint whilst carrying anywhere between 4 to 8 kilograms worth of weaponry. It kind of reminds me of the Marauder's sprint from Doom Eternal. That dude was nuts.
Don't fucking run away from me! I'll end you!
The maps themselves are alright. Babylon especially grew on me. I'm not a major fan of big maps, I prefer quick and constant engagement, so alongside Gala and Pit, Babylon definitely gave me those vibes. It's just a simple 3-lane map with a bit of chaos in the middle. Speaking of chaos, I really like the new game mode Kill Order, where one player is randomly selected to be a HVT. The selected player will not only have more health and armor, but will get double the points for every kill they get. You accumulate points the longer you stay alive as the HVT as well, and if you are weak, you go into a last stand state where there's an opportunity for you to be revived. It's very fun. But unfortunately, I will have to delay myself the gratification of playing this once more. I do want to get this game, but it will be at a later date. Generally, there's a mixed view with this COD, but alongside the multiplayer, we still have the Terminus Zombies mode and the campaign to explore, and they both look promising. I haven't played either of these and only scratched the surface with multiplayer, but I think I've played enough and seen enough to at least be interested in getting it, just not at £70. My funds have been directed elsewhere recently, so I'll wait for a sale and see what other people are saying once the game is fully released. But that's all I wanted to touch on for Black Ops 6. If you tried the beta, let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's been Dre, take care and see you next time.